Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see, we are once again back in the kitchen because this is definitely my happy place. I spend all day in the kitchen, whether it's cooking, doing the dishes, cleaning, staring in the fridge, reorganizing the pantry. I love being in here, and we will be in here for today's video because we are cooking something from scratch. We will be making a strawberry lemon loaf. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I've been making a lot more things from scratch, and that is because I'm making it a goal in my life to live more sustainable, live more simple, make things more myself, and buy less things that are packaged. And so I've been doing all of my grocery shopping at the local farmers market. I've been trying to really reduce my waste and my plastic usage. And I'm also going to be doing a big decluttering of my life because I just really want to live more minimal, more simple, and more sustainable. And one of the fun things of that is making things from scratch. Like I said though, today we will be making a strawberry lemon loaf, which I'm hoping will be good for breakfast, for snacks, and even as a dessert. I don't necessarily have a game plan for this, but I have a rough idea. And so send a little prayer that this will turn out good, or else I will have to reevaluate my little recipe I've concocted and refilm this all over again, and I really don't want to because this is my first time making it and I'd rather it be a hit the first time. Alright, so before we get into our dry ingredients, I'm going to preheat the oven to 375. Now unfortunately the big oven is having some repairing done to it later this week, and so we will be using the little oven. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to 375. Actually, just kidding, we're going to go 350, and then we will get started on our dry ingredients. Now unfortunately I don't have a mixing bowl, but we're going to use this Tupperware container because it does the exact same job. Alright, so we're going to start with 2 cups of flour. Now normally I like to measure it out in grams because it is more accurate, but we're just going to be lazy today and use cups. I'm using all-purpose white flour. You can use whatever, I guess, I don't know. So 1, 2. All right, and now we're gonna go in with 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Now, I understand that there is a difference apparently between baking powder and baking soda. I think baking soda is the one to do something with acid, I don't know. But I've decided if I really want to be a good cook, I need to really understand, I guess, the fundamentals of baking and cooking. None of it makes sense to me. I, for the longest time, have been using like baking soda as a substitute if I didn't have baking powder or whatever, but as I've gotten more into cooking, I'm realizing you really shouldn't do that because it messes up with your results. I always thought that they were like the same thing, but they're not. And then we're gonna do 1/4 a teaspoon of baking soda because there's a difference. Is this a half? I'm terrible at math. I failed math my freshman year. Actually, you know what? I don't even know how I graduated high school because of math. I was so terrible at it. My teachers probably were just like, this poor girl, let's let her go. 3/4 a teaspoon of salt. This is 1/2 a teaspoon, so I'm gonna need this and 1/2. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm also adding in a lemon pulp and fresh strawberries, so maybe it might get too moist. Some people hate that word. I don't mind that word. The only word that I hate is P-O-O-P, P-O-O-T-U-R-D, or any form of those words. They make my skin crawl. I will leave a room if someone says that word. It's the most vile collection of words to ever exist. Sugar, okay. And then we're gonna add in 1 cup of sugar. Hell yeah. And I think that's all of my dry ingredients. We're gonna set that to the side, and I'm gonna get a little another container for the wet. We're just gonna use this little mini one. Anyways, what's new in life? So I'm gonna start with 1/2 a cup of any plant-based milk. I'm doing this vanilla soy. I've gotten super into like researching, I guess, the food industry and how fucked up it is. So like I said, I've been trying to buy way more locally, such as at farmers markets, because 1, you're able to buy more sustainably without the plastic and unnecessary packaging. You're supporting local farmers, and you actually are able to have control over what's in your food, how it's grown, and support who you choose to support rather than these terrible companies that are ruining everything. So there's a lot that goes on in the food industry that I think a lot of people are not aware enough about, and so I highly recommend doing your own research, forming your own opinion, and then choosing how you're going to act on what best supports your own opinions and beliefs. All right, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add in a 1/2 cup of plain unsweetened almond milk yogurt. You could also probably use vanilla, that would be pretty good too. but we're just gonna do plain for now. And then 1/4 cup of oil. I'm doing olive oil. That's another thing I really need to research, is all about the different types of oils and their uses. I understand that some have different burning temperatures or burning smoke points. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying, which is exactly why I need to research it. And then I'm gonna add in about roughly 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I would love if you guys would comment down below what's new in your life or what's going on. For me, like I said, I've been getting really into the food industry, really into cooking. Also, I found out my dog's brain is too big for her skull, which isn't funny, but it kind of is, but it also could be a pretty big health issue if it gets worse. You guys know my dog Honey, she's my baby. She's laying right there. God just made her too smart. Your brain is too big for your head, huh? Yeah. She's cute. We need to add in some vanilla. Like I said, I'm not gonna measure this part. Oopsie. Mix this in again. It smells like cake batter. Yum. I'm actually gonna go a little more lemon. Make sure not to get any seeds in this, of course. I feel like whenever I cut into a watermelon or a lemon, for example, and there's no seeds in it, it kind of freaks me out because that just seems so unnatural to me. And so I love when I cut into a lemon and there's a shit ton of seeds. And now I'm gonna clear all this away and just have all the ingredients that I've already set out right here, and we're gonna get into cutting up the strawberries and then mixing all together. All right, I cleared everything up, so now I'm going to pour in this liquid mixture into the dry, and I'm going to mix it until there are no lumps left. One thing that I like to do at the beginning of the week is whenever I come back from the farmer's market, I wash all the berries, I cut up any veggies that need to be chopped up. That way everything is in the fridge and ready to go, and this helps me not waste as much food, I guess, because I'm more likely to use it if it's already prepped and I can just pick it out of the container. Rather than I'd have an onion sitting on the counter for like a week and not wanting to use it because I don't want to chop it. And so these berries are already washed and ready to go. I just need to cut off the stems from them. We're gonna use the wooden spoon because this whisk is just gonna make it more complicated. I decided to wear this pink top today because 1, it matches the strawberry theme, and 2, if you do follow me on Instagram and stuff, you see I never get ready, and so when I film YouTube videos, it's kind of nice to get, I guess, a little bit ready. I normally now never wear makeup or put on real clothes, but I guess in a YouTube video it's probably a little bit better to make myself look more presentable. So this mixture is coming out pretty dry. I might end up adding in either more of the yogurt or the milk, but I guess we'll see. But I didn't want to start with too much because I will be adding in fresh strawberries and lemon zest and pulp, and I don't want it to be too juicy. So we'll start with this and then we'll see. I love all food, but I probably will never be someone who'd be like, oh yeah, I'll get the key lime pie, or I'll have like a lemon meringue. I'm not really into lemon desserts, but the lemon loaf from Starbucks, I haven't had it in, I don't even know, but I know I've had it before, and I always think of it and how perfectly moist and sweet it is. So I guess I want to replicate that today. So as you can see, it's a pretty thick consistency, but we're gonna set it to the side for a minute as I zest a lemon and chop up our strawberries. All right, so I normally skip the step of zesting something because it just seems pretty unnecessary to me. But since I'm making this recipe up, I want it to be extra good, and so I'm gonna add in a little extra zest. I'm gonna go da-da-da-da-da. Beautimus. And then, so the other day I made strawberry lemonade. It was bomb. I have it in the fridge. I'll show you guys. And how I did it was I juiced a lemon. And so as you can see, I now have like this type of lemon pulp right here. And I want to incorporate it in here because I tasted it. It tastes pretty good. So I'm going to add in a dollop of that too, because it's not that sour. It was a pretty sweet lemon. All right, now we're going to chop up the strawberries, and I'm going to aim for about 3/4 of the cup to about a cup. Oh, the pool guy's here. Now these come from my absolute favorite farm at the farmer's market. They're really pricey. They're like $11 a punnet, but you guys, these are the absolute best strawberries. I used to not be a big strawberry fan until I started buying these, and now I'm buying like 2 or 3 punnets a week. They're so perfectly ripe, juicy, and sweet, and if you put them in an airtight container, They stay like that all week. I swear they're delicious. And now I'm eating strawberries like every single meal. I'm so tempted to just eat a bunch of these right now. That's only about, what, half a cup? And I'm gonna put these in the mixture, and I'm gonna be really careful to, I guess, fold them in because I don't want the mixture to really turn pink. I want it to stay pretty yellow with then just pops of the pink strawberries. So I'm gonna be pretty gentle and try and just fold them in. Okay, so now I'm gonna give it a tiny little taste test. Pretty good. Honestly, I want more lemon. I'm gonna add in more of the lemon pulp, about yay much. And then just a tiny bit more lemon juice, lemon zest. Also, guess what, you guys? My birthday is coming up. It's August 10th, and I'll be 21. I normally always have way too high of expectations on my birthday, and then I always get let down. I swear the only time I've had a good birthday is on my 19th birthday, when I spent it all alone. But this year, I'm trying to just have zero expectations. I'm not gonna go out and party. I probably won't even drink. But I'm so excited, I guess, to turn 21. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I sprayed my pan. And now we are going to pour our mixture that is hopefully perfectly lemony and sweet into the pan. This recipe, actually, when I tasted the dough and the color of it, color and consistency of it, is turning out way better than I thought, given that this is me just bullshitting a recipe. And also added in ingredients such as blended up whole lemon pulp in, which normally doesn't go into a recipe. It's turning out really good, and I'm quite happy. Just a little tip also is that you want your batter to be way sweeter than you want your final result to be, because it will lose some of its sweetness while it bakes, and then also it won't be as condensed as the batter will be. I'm not quite sure how long. We're gonna start with 25 minutes on the lower rack, and I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, I'm going to clean this up, and then we're gonna start on the strawberry glaze. But I just checked on the loaf. It's been about almost 20 minutes. It's rising pretty good, and it's turning out way better than I thought. So I'm getting really excited. I wish I would have written down everything exactly that I did, because this is gonna be an incredible recipe, I have a good feeling. So I just have a few strawberries right here, and what I'm gonna do for this glaze, I'm totally bullshitting this too, which could end up ruining the whole thing. But I'm gonna make sure to taste it a lot and test it before I pour it over the whole entire loaf. So I'm gonna mash them up until it's pretty much like a jam. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, we're sticking it in the blender. Okay, so I've got my blender right here. This is a Vitamix. I'm not sure what model, but I use this all the time for everything. And then I'm gonna add in some lemon juice as well. And that is what happens. So I have this very much pureed. So we're gonna add it into this little dish. I did blend mine up pretty good to where all the seeds are honestly quite blended as well. All right, added a good amount of powdered sugar. And now we're gonna add in a tiny bit of this vanilla soy milk again and mix it and see what consistency we're at. But I believe that our cake is done. It's been about 35, 37-ish minutes, and it's smelling absolutely incredible. And there it is, you guys. As you can see, it's perfectly golden brown. It smells amazing. The berries didn't burn at all. I'm so proud. We're gonna leave this to sit right here and cool for 10 minutes, and then we'll let it cool out of the rack as well. It's been about a good hour since my strawberry lemon loaf came out of the oven, and in the meantime, I cleaned everything up and I finished up on the glaze that we were making. I've never poured glaze on something before, so I'm rather scared to do this, but I'm gonna be very delicate when I do it and hope for the best. This is, I guess, a behind the scenes of what I do on my Instagram stories. I just took this out of the fridge. I've been cooling in there for, I'd say, about 5 minutes, just so that the frosting cools all pretty. And I cut into it. Looking good. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm gonna try a piece, of course. All right, here we have my tiny little piece that I'm gonna give a try. Wow. This is so good. Please make this recipe. I will try my best to type it up as good as I can in the description. Wow, this is so good. It's like the tanginess of the lemon, but then the strawberry and the sweetness of the glaze is such a perfect little combo. This is incredible. And it's really moist yet still fluffy. And the little bites of strawberries are not too sweet. Definitely try this, you guys. Give this video a big thumbs up, please. This is incredible tasting. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe because it makes me so happy. Follow me on my socials, and I will see you guys next time.